Thank you for buying the first unit in the Foods and Nutrition interactive notebook. I just wanted to kind of walk you through how to use it and how it can be beneficial and kind of what I found to be easy and what works. So, and I also wanted to show you how to assemble it all. So the first page, I glued the syllabus on the left side of it just because I didn't feel like they needed to write anything about it. If you want them to, you totally could. And this is all customizable. You can put it into Canva, upload the PDF, and then you should be able to change it. Some of the fonts might be, they might cost money. You have to be a member, but you can also change those, and it should be pretty easy. And then I have table of contents. Again, you don't have to use all of these, but I would just tell the kids to keep this blank until you know what is actually going to be on the page, because you can say, you know, this is going to be allergies, but until you see how much paper they're actually using, I would tell them to wait until they actually put it on page 7, and then have them label all the pages at the bottom. And then I have little markers. It doesn't really matter how you use them, it's just nice to have them. So like, see, I put this one on the front, the next one I put on the back just because I had already written on this page. And this page I did revise to look like this. So you'd be able to cut this up and then put this underneath if you would like to do it that way, and then the factors, other factors on the bottom. But that is up to you how you would like to do that. So we have our first page, and again, you're free to use these however you like. So if you want to have these folded over, live your life, or like even staple them on top of each other. And all the pages have instructions as well. Let me see. So like this one has instruction at the bottom. And it might also be nice to put them on color. I just think that might be nice, but it's up to you. This one I folded over, and it might be nice to cut them into strips right here so each one can flip. But we wrote all the what causes foodborne illnesses and then bacteria to grow. This one we have the first and first steps, standard operating procedures, the food process. This one I did color in, and that could be something for the kids to do while they are kind of just hanging out. I did find it easier to color before I glued down, but maybe once the glue dries it might be easier, but it does give it a little bit of a bump. I used white glue because I heard that it was harder to do it with the stick glue, just because it falls out a little bit easier. This one, again, you could do it differently, but I ended up stapling it right there, and then I have about, I think, 5 different hands in here, and they all have different things. So like the first one says hand washing, the hand washing area in a food service establishment requires these 5 things, so like hot, cold water, soap, sanitizing, sanitary drying method, garbage can, and a sign. The next one says, how long do you wash your hands for? 20 seconds. Where do you wear gloves? So it has all things kind of relating to your hands, and I thought it'd be fun to have little things like that. Something to know is that not all the hands are on the same page, so they're kind of separated. That's how all these are, and you can totally do it out of order. I kind of did it to try to fit all the pages, to use as the least amount of paper as possible. So like you can see, like we've already seen these pages, but we haven't seen that bottom part yet. Then we have this one, and I do have this printed out. This was just my prototype. So this one looks like this, and there are little tabs right here, like little folding lines, and so you'll just end up folding them on top of each other. I can do a really quick demo. So you'll just cut them, and I would not recommend printing them double-sided like I did. I just did this for the convenience of having them all right here to show you. Okay. So I would fold them on the dotted line, and probably take a little bit more care than I am. Okay. So then you can kind of fit them where they look like they belong. So this one probably goes right up in there, but I would go backwards. Go like that and not do it carelessly like I just did it. And then staple it and then put it in there like that. Much prettier than my version. Okay. Then we have the temperatures. This one I did do the 3 different flaps. These we have just different ideas. It doesn't have anything printed on it, so you could use it for a lot of different things. And those look like, I think that's what I actually just cut out. They look like this. So you can cut the triangles out if you wanted to, kind of use it how you would like to use it. This one I thought could be kind of like a sorting game for the kids, so I had flaps. And they weren't colored before, I colored them after I sorted them out. They're not in order whatsoever, and so they would find, you know, what causes a slip. And then they would put it under this category, so it'd be a good kind of like briefing for them. And then kind of the same thing for this. So there is a whole sheet, and they will not be able to fit the whole sheet on their bingo sheet. It is blank before. Let's see. So this is what it looks like, and I would do it a couple different ways. I'd have them either cut these out and leave them like free and not glue them down first, and play bingo a couple different times and have a master list, and so then they can kind of move them around and play a couple different times and then glue them down. And then when you're doing your final round, write down the actual term if they are unfamiliar with it, so you can probably barely see, but I wrote down like this is a strainer or a colander, a pot. So just, I know they sound like they should know all these things, but some kids are not familiar with certain kitchen tools. Okay, this one is a lot. So we have a little kitchen book. I put the new and improved version on top. I have my filled out version in the back. This one I did want to show how to complete because it is a little difficult. So this is what it looks like. So we are going to cut this edge off, and it tells you that on there. Okay. And then we're going to fold on the line, and then we're going to fold again on all the lines. You get a fold. And it really doesn't matter how you fold it, because eventually you're going to probably refold it. Okay, and then we're going to cut along this dark black line. See how there's a little bit thicker line in the middle? And just for the fun of it, I'm going to go the wrong way, just so it's easy. Okay, so then I will open it up, and there's a hole in the middle, and then I'm going to take the two middle parts and squeeze them open like this. Now we have a triangle, and then I'm going to find my front cover. So cooking techniques, and again, it's kind of a lot. I put a lot on there, so you can take what you don't think you need. So like if you don't need al dente or a million different ways to say stirring, you can take those out. And I did leave a blank page so you can glue it down, and you're literally just gonna fold it over, glue it down. Okay, we have the food groups. I folded mine so I could have more room. But you can totally just glue the whole thing down. This one is how to measure. So I have the measuring cups. You don't have to cut them out super nice, but I think it's nice to have visuals because my kids always mess those up. And then we have different tabs. I drew these out because I wanted visuals for myself and to be able to show the kids. But this is a little graphic of like how equivalents work, which is nice to have, and then abbreviations, so they can write those in right there. Okay, this one I probably would do differently than how I did it. They're little tickets, this is what the page looks like. So you can either, fold it in fours and like do a zigzag kind of thing, or like literally just do that. You can do that kind of zigzag. You could do strips, so it's like tickets. I tried to like literally do tickets, so it's kind of long, and I ended up stapling them together. It works. It just is kind of flimsy, so I ended up putting a paper clip together. It works. It's up to you, whatever you think your kids will like or not like. And then on the nutrition label, it's blank when you get it. I have my kids find a snack or a food that they like, put their nutrition label on there, like glue a rolling down, and then measure out how much they would eat. So usually we do cereal, and we actually eat it in class. And then, so we weigh it out, so say they ate, I know this is penne, but if it was cereal, and I ate 100 grams of that cereal, I'm gonna divide it by the total amount of the regular serving size. So if the serving size was 56 grams, then I'm going to multiply it by 1.78 because that's the number that it gave me, and then multiply everything by 1.78. So then it kind of gives the kids a realistic look of how much they're really eating, and it's kind of cool because then it serves them and it serves everyone. And then I think this is the last page we have, is the 6 essential nutrients. And this one I did a brad in it so that you can spin it around, and I just wrote on all of them what they are. I glued this one down, but you could probably just glue the top part of it down. You could probably also just staple it. And yeah, I think that was all I wanted to touch on. If you have any questions or you see any typos, please let me know. I am more than happy to help you out. I really appreciate you guys buying this, and I will hopefully hear from you.